Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have had this mold made for weeks. I'm finally getting to it. This is my newest one, a double flower. So I figured what better way to test the mold out than doing a bloom. But I'm gonna do a bloom two different ways and I've never done them either way. So keep that in mind if it's a bad result. I'm going to do a calla lily. I haven't tried that yet. And this one, I'm going to do something. Somebody emailed me a video to check out, and it was really interesting. I watched it quite a while ago, a couple weeks ago, so I'm sorry I don't remember who made the video. I didn't even look, to be honest. I was just watching the technique. So it's basically just drawing straight lines and then circling it with your dotting tool. So I'm going to try that since I have two to do. Why not? So this one, I'm going to just drip alcohol inks, my favorite color, blue by RESIN. This one, I'm going to mix for the calla lily, the white for the petal, and then I'm going to try champagne color chameleon powder as a mica powder for the inside of the petal and the little dots, and use my ocean white like I always do. Now I do want to mention RESIN has a new black pigment paste out. Guys, this is just as big as the white one. It's going to last a lifetime because you only need a drip. So I did want to mention that because I think I forgot earlier. So definitely check that out if you need a black pigment paste. I've used it a couple times already. It's great, and you could just drip it in without having to stir and scoop and whatever in the jars. So I'm going to mix up 3 ounces, I think, of resin, 4-hour fast cure, because that's how I get my best results. You guys use what works for you. I'm going to heat it to 33 degrees Celsius, and then we'll start mixing our colors before that, and we do have to run it through the vacuum chamber. I want every bubble out of here. So let me get working on that, and BRB. Got all the bubbles out. I am waiting for it to heat up, but it's going to take a little bit longer, maybe 20 minutes, because it's wintertime. Even though I'm in Florida, it's cooler in my house than normal. So, but I wanted to come back and tell you, if you guys follow my eBay store, you would be able to get my molds before I can do the video. Like I said, I have molds finished and on the store prior to me doing a video on them. So if you follow the store, you'll be notified anytime a new mold comes out. So you don't have to wait for me to someday do a video. You'll already know what's out there. So if you're new to my channel, my eBay store has tons and tons of glitters and glitter mixes that I make. I don't make the glitter, I buy in bulk. A lot of people say, how do you make glitter? I don't make the glitter. So I buy it, repackage it, remix it, and then I package it and sell it. And I also have demos on there. As long as they last, obviously there's only one of everything, and then the molds. So yeah, good way to get molds before I do a video on. Check out my eBay store, give it a like or a follow or however you do it on eBay, and then you will be notified, I think by email, anytime something comes out. Just came up the temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and pour halfway high because I do want to put a back coat on them. And it's probably an ounce, maybe, I'm not sure. I'm trying to keep bubbles out by pouring slowly. And then I'll mix up the white and the color while the alcohol inks spread on their own. Let's see if that's high enough. Yep, that should be good. Okay, that I did mix up more than I said I was going to. I mixed up 4 ounces instead of 3. just because I need some extras. And that took about 2. So, okay, well, there you have it. It'll probably hold about 2 ounces each. I'm going to put some in here for the white, and then some in here for the mica powder. And I still have some extra. So we shall do something with that. All right, for this one, I'm just going to, first I'm going to go around my edge because I saw some bubbles hiding against there. And there's another one. Go around your edges first, or they will leave a sharp edge where that bubble cures. It's really thick today. Let's see, this one too. Sometimes you have to coax them off. They just don't come off because I go around them. Especially in thick resin. Wow, I got a lot of bubbles on my edges today. Trying to get them to surface so I can zap them with my lighter. Because they can hinder your blooms. I don't know if you knew that or not, but bubbles can give you a lacy effect on your petals when they're curing. So let me just get these popped. Okay, I'm going to drop these inks. I really don't know where, but let's just do the petals and then the center and see how it spreads. Let that do its thing while we mix up our white and our mica. Let's do the mica first. I don't know how much to do. I don't usually do micas, so I'm going to do a very tiny bit. I don't think you need much. But I thought if I use a chameleon powder this time with a black backing, it might make these chameleon powders pop if it works. That's, you know, assuming it's going to work. I do not know if it's going to work or not, but I hope so. I've never tried it this way before. I've seen some done in the past. Several people have been making calla lilies. But I'm just now getting around to it, so gotta be patient with me. All right, 1 drop at a time for my white. And I go to just opaque. Come on. Oops, that was way too much. I'm not gonna put all that in there. I'd rather have to add some because I can't take it away. And yeah, I'm gonna need a little more. This kind of looks a little transparent to me. So I will add another tiny drop. Hopefully a huge drop doesn't come out again. Try that. And what I usually do on my blooms, since it's a 4-hour fast cure, I let them move and spread by themselves for about an hour and a half until they're no longer able to spread by themselves, and then I'll throw my heat mat on and get them cured so I can get my back coat on and be done in a day. I don't wait 24 hours. So let's just get these all bagged up. I'll probably play around with some marbling with my extras. I usually do that with my extra white because I like to practice my marbling. Okay. It's getting really sticky. I'm going to add a few more drops. And then that's it. Got to get moving. I think I'm going to start with the blue one, and if I remember correctly, like I said, it's been a couple of weeks since I watched the video. I think they just drew lines. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I can't remember how close or how far apart they were, but it was really just the opposite of what I usually do. I usually take my white and I make swirls with it and then draw my lines with the tool. This was like backwards. You draw your lines with your white and then you take the tool and you swirl it. So this one, I'm gonna follow the petals design. And then I'll put some dots in the center. I didn't leave a whole lot of space for them, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna cut this one open. And like I thought, I'm gonna have a whole lot left over. And I'm not sure if I put enough mica powder in here, but it is what it is at this point. I might even put another circle of white in the center. Let's try it, see what happens. Probably work better on a tray mold. I do have a tray mold coming out. It's finished. I just have to get it posted. I haven't done the video on it yet though. Let me just wipe my stick here. One line through. Okay, so now this one, they went like this. That's it. And now we just wait. So I'm just going to pop bubbles that I just made so they don't hinder my blooming. All them pop. Please don't torch your handmade molds. You can fuse your resin right to your piece. Okay. I am going to come back and check every couple minutes, make sure no bubbles are coming up, and then see you in a minute. I'm going to do something with this extras. Not sure what yet, but you'll see it. It's cured and ready. This one moved a bit. I can't really tell if it's successful. This one looks really good. I'm excited to see that. Not sure about the center part, but the petals I'm pretty happy with. I mixed up 60 milliliters. It should be like about 2 ounces, and I'm just going to use the black epoxy, and we're going to back both of them in the black. And this is the new one by Let's Resin. You only need a little tiny bit. And hopefully black is the right color choice for the background. I never know. I'm always guessing. Sometimes I try to get fancy and then it ruins the flower. So today I'm just going to stick with what I know. All right. I'm just going to pour it on. And this is the 4-hour fast cure again. So it should quickly cure up because the heat mat is still on and the bottom is hot right now. So it will quickly, maybe 30 minutes, I bet. And this is smoky color. I didn't get it jet black this time, and they're full, so now I have a little bit left. I didn't take quite 2 ounces for the whole coaster, so that's good. It's not going to be a massively thick coaster. I'm just going to spray those bubbles out. And yeah, let me get this in some extras. I have some extras curing, so I'll work on those while I'm waiting for this. I finished up most of the extras off camera until I got to these. Let me show you what I've done already because I was using the heat mat, so I didn't have the table to work on. But I made a pair of earrings and I just put charms on them, and then a pendant with a butterfly, and then a keychain with a key, or I'm sorry, a pendant with a key. I'm like, there's no keychain. And then here's the keychain with a turtle. This was the mica powder that was left. This was the white that was left. I took Cast and Craft green that was just mailed to me by Denise because she heard me say I didn't have green. I didn't even know they made green. So she sent me her bottle of green. So that was super nice of her. So I just took that, dripped it in my white that was left over, swirled it around, and dumped it in here. And like I said, this was the leftover chameleon powder in the resin. So I just put charms on everything and added pinch bails. Here is a pair of earrings. They're really pretty. It looks really good inside resin. And then I made 2 spoons with the leftover clear that I had. I just added glitter, put some magnets on the back. So these will be giveaways. And then I got to these and I was just finishing them and I'm like, you know what? I bet some people don't know how to do this. So this is my Tree of Life mold. Let me find it. Keychain mold, and this is what it looks like, stained of course. So I just, with the back coat, I added black and crushed crystal and I threw it in there. So I was taking them out and I was just filling up all the cavities so you could actually see the Tree of Life. Otherwise it looks like that and you can't really see it. So all I do is I take whatever color, this is acrylic paint, and I just scoop it out and I press it into all those little cavities and kind of like even it out, squeegee it, however you want to say it. And that's all I do. And then I let it dry. And once it's dry, I take a rag. See, I just cram it in there. And then it takes a while to dry in these because it is quite deep. So I am pushing a lot of paint into here. Then once it's dry, I just wash off the top with a rag and some alcohol. And then I will top coat it with UV resin as well before I let it go. I just seal it all in, shine it back up. But this way, I know there's a ton of new people. I could tell because of the Facebook group. They have to answer questions in order to get into the group, or you don't get into the group. And then they do, most of them answer how long they've been working with resin, and most people are brand new to it. So I just wanted to show you. I just take my little squeegee and squeegee off the rest so it's not as hard to clean later on. And there you go. I mean, it's almost done. So just let it dry, clean off the top with alcohol. Don't like go crazy scrubbing it or you will scrub it right out. I just need to fill this one a little bit more. And then top coat it with UV resin. These ones are pretty deep in this one. So if you have these kind of molds and you don't know how to get them filled, this is a really good, easy way to do it. So I'll just let this dry overnight, so I'm not gonna have this done on this video. But I just wanted to kind of give you the gist of it. All right, so we're gonna set those aside. Let me cap this off and I will grab the coasters. So I'm excited to see those. Here they are. And here was one more pendant from the black. I just added crushed crystal, put a nice pinch bail on there, top coated it with UV. So those are all done. Glad I'm starting to catch up on my extras. I had run way low when I got back from vacation filling orders. I have fingerprints all over these already, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's the back. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one because I'm a little nervous about this one. I have a little bit of trimming to do around this edge. Oh, well, that's not too bad. That is kind of cool, actually. What do you think? Is black the wrong color for the back? It's not even black. It's almost like smoky gray, which is kind of nice. It's still a little transparent. Got all these little drips on here. They're bothering me. But it actually worked pretty well. I don't know. It's not a total fail. I don't think so. Huh. Okay, let's go to this one. Oh, now that is really pretty. Can you see the sparkle in that chameleon? It worked. That is gorgeous. I almost wish it was black. I should have put a little more black pigment in there. I got a little bit of cleanup to do on these. But that is nice. Really, really pretty. You can even go around this edge with, maybe I will. Maybe I'll grab my markers. And if you want to seal the marker in, you have to top coat it. Otherwise, it's not sealed in. Let me do a little bit of trimming, see if I want to marker it up or not. And I'll let you know what I come up with. I made the mistake of putting the paint pen around the edge. Didn't like it. It was dry, so I had to scrub it off. It was so hard to get off with alcohol. So I scratched the surface. So I went and sanded the surface down, both of them. And quick fix was top coat with UV resin. Well, I held the light too close, too quick, and now their tops are not good. So I'm gonna sand these down another day when I have tabletop resin out. I'm not going to, they are definitely salvageable. I'm just going to re-sand them down, tabletop resin them, let them cure overnight. So other than that, they're really, really pretty, especially with the top coat on there. So here's this one. And there they are. So technically, pretty good. I think the technique is pretty cool on both of them. Just don't top coat with UV resin on a coaster size. Yeah, you gotta hold that light up high, and if you don't, then you ruin the surface, and then you gotta start over. So, all right, well, I'll get you pictures anyway, and I will work on these another day. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me, and stick around for those final pictures. I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.